Hi guys, and welcome to Samsung Now. Samsung Now is where we look at all things Samsung, all things tech, and all things gaming, and everything in between. So if you're interested in any or all of that, then don't forget to subscribe. Today we're starting something new, just like a weekly news update on what's happening with Samsung that would probably interest us. You know, they have an awful lot of news, so I'm just going to sort of cherry pick the news that I find interesting, and I hope that you do too. So here's the Samsung news this week. I don't have any fancy music, so I'm just doing that myself. Anyway, enough of that. Right, the big news, the big news is that Samsung Bixby is now available in English in the US, but not the UK. Boo hiss. It's apparently working as well as the Korean version, take from that what you will, and it now apparently makes Bixby what it was meant to be when it was launched a few months ago. Again, make of that what you will. So all you need to do today, it's been launched today, is update your Bixby app, and you should now, in the US, not the UK, in the US, you should be able to say, hey Bixby, how about, you set up an appointment and we go out for dinner and it'll all be cool, and invite Jennifer over and Steve and Bob and stuff like that, apparently. So yeah, give it a go, tell me what you think, and hopefully soon we'll get a UK version. Not holding out too much hope on that. Talking of the S8, those of you that have been holding out for a really awful rose pink version, you're now in luck, because the S8 Plus, and I believe it's the S8 Plus only, now has like a rose goldy, rose pink, pretty awful looking version. I'm not kind of into the rose pink thing. I kind of was for about 2 seconds and then realized, nah, that's awful. So yeah, rose gold, rose pink, whatever you want to call it. We all know who started it. Samsung, the S8 Plus now has its own version. So if you've been holding out and you've been desperate for that and you don't like the dove gray, the silver, the black and what have you, you're now in luck. There is now an awful rose gold version. Going on to sort of the TV aspect, we now have, those of you may or may not know that Samsung also have their fancy wall hanging thing called Frame, which is like a TV on the wall that just looks like an art frame. Well, they've now teamed up with Sotheby's, so you can now have sort of really fancy art on your wall, and they're working hard to make sure all the colors are correct and everything. So those of you that have this frame, I don't know how many of you are out there, but I imagine you've probably got too much money than sense, and yeah, so they've now teamed up with Sotheby's, and pretty much if you can afford the frame thing, I suppose that would float your boat, if you can have like a digital version of a Van Gogh on the wall, I guess. So yeah, they're working with Sotheby's on that. I imagine from what I've been told, there's been sort of not that much content for Frame recently. So those of you that have it, great, good for you. One thing that surprised me, Harman, which is a division of Samsung, have acquired Arcam, A&R Cambridge. Huge news for those of us that are audiophiles in the UK. Arcam are a British institution in high-end audio, and have been for many, many decades, and probably do one of the best AVRs out there. Hugely expensive, but massively musical and just brilliant. And it makes you wonder what Samsung Harman are going to do with it. It's obvious that they've offered a silly amount of money to the owners of Arcam, and it's been in a family business, I believe, for a long time. So obviously they just sold out to the man eventually. But yeah, it just makes you wonder what's going to happen to the brand, to the manufacturing of their high-end equipment, because it's all handmade, all made in the UK. So it just makes you wonder what's going to happen to that. So yeah, a bit concerned, but also a little bit excited that, you know, an enormous company have got involved in Harman, but it just makes you wonder how much of this is going to end up in tears. And finally, those of you that have been holding out for a bigger TV, you know, 75 inches isn't enough, 65 inches like we've got here isn't enough. You just want something bigger, you want something massive, you want something to impress the neighbours. In fact, you want something that not only impresses the neighbours, you're going to have to knock on your neighbour's door and ask them to knock down the wall between the two of you, because Samsung have now opened and installed their first LED cinema display. And it's, you know, it's only small, it's only 33.8 feet. Yeah, it's 4K though, so, you know, you can still sit pretty close to it. But 34 feet of 4K awesomeness. It's in South Korea in a small cinema there. It's it's the first LED cinema display in public use, and yeah, it's huge, it's enormous, it's incredible. But it makes you wonder, does it work okay with the 1180.5 update? Okay, so that's the news. We'll be doing this every week. Probably doing it on a Wednesday, I believe. And yeah, there's some more videos I'm doing today of various things that I want to discuss with you guys. Something very exciting as well. I'm doing a giveaway. Guys. Doing a giveaway. My first giveaway. But there's a reason. There's always a reason. Okay, thanks again. That's the news. More next week. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you have news. And more videos. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to comment. And I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.